Alright, wanted to make a video here on Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. This is going to be ticker symbol RCL, you can see up here. And up on the screen I have a 20-year weekly chart up on the screen. So this is 20 years worth of trading. Each candlestick represents a week. Now, obviously, we have seen a massive decline in the price of Royal Caribbean stocks, similar to what we're seeing in, say, Carnival Cruise Lines. And I don't want to make light of the coronavirus situation. This is a global issue that is affecting a lot of people. So I don't want to make light of it, but I do want to look at the opportunity that we can potentially see on some of these companies that are highly exposed to the virus and how it affects their business model, and is there potential to get into a good investment due to this exposure of these companies. So just looking at their stock price, right at the beginning of the year, we were trading near all-time highs around $135 a share, and over the past month to 2 months, we have really just seen the price free fall. We're down over 75% on Royal Caribbean stock, similar to what we're seeing in the Carnival Cruise Lines. But, I want to look for potential areas of support here on Royal Caribbean. So just diving in, again, starting on the long-term time frame, I do think that is important. But looking here at the long term, my first level is going to be down here in the low to mid 23s. I think my level that I was looking at was around 23.40. Again, when we have these huge volatile swings, these price points, these exact price points really do not matter all that much, because what you're going to see is the price get close and probably swing through that level by, it could be 5% or so, or it could miss the mark by a few percent. So keep that in mind. But my first level is going to be down here around 23.40. And this dates back to 2011 and 2012 support that we saw right before this nice multi-year long rally to the upside. And we can also look back to the beginning of the 2000s and see that acted as a resistance before we broke through in 2003 and 2004. But that is going to be my first support, major support, long-term support for Royal Caribbean down here around that 23 mark. And then we can also look down here towards this $14 price point. $13 to $14 price point would be my next. Again, if we were to reach down that low, I'd probably want to do a little bit, kind of look at what the more short-term trading is like. How oversold are we? We can see here on the weekly, we have the PPO is basically a vertical line down. The RSI is way oversold, but basically looking at the 15-minute or 1-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame, and kind of see how we're trading. Is it straight down? Are we going down and pulling back up? Something along those lines. So nonetheless, the two levels that I'm looking at on the longer term time frame are going to be right in here around the $13 to $14 price point, and then the mid 23s, low to mid 23s. But now to the upside, I do also want to take a look at that because with it being so volatile, we can have these swings to the upside. You can see on Friday we are up 7%. These swings to the upside can be very quick. So the first level that I was looking at was not so much a level, but more of a zone of resistance, is going to be anywhere from about $46 to $47 a share up to about that $50 price point. Now this is going to deal with multi-year tops up in 2004 all the way through really 2006, 2007, right before we went into the financial crisis. And then up here towards about $50 a share, $52 a share, and you can kind of just see, we had tops. We had a nice little top that actually broke through $50 a share, and then we kind of sat right on that $50 price point as we were moving up here, and then we really pushed through. So that's going to be a resistance level to me. And then we can also look down towards the bottom of this channel, right around that $37 price point, which has a couple of tops. Probably should have done that one first. No big deal. They're still both in there. But, you know, we had like that little bit of a channel, had a top here, couple tops here, and we broke through. So that $37 price point is also important. And then looking at maybe a more long-term resistance would be up here around that $65 per share, $65 to $66 per share resistance, and we actually gapped down below that, but it kind of acted as a support 2 weeks ago, but this is obviously a clear resistance. Now, I want to also move into the more short-term time frame. I think it was the 15-minute that I was looking at. Yeah. Okay, so here is that $37, $38 level that we were just speaking on, and then here's this $47 to $50. Here's the $50 price point resistance. But you know, there are also a couple more when we look at the shorter term time frame. There are a couple levels that we want to keep in mind. So right in here around the $29 price point, high 29s, right around that $30 price point is going to be a nice little support. You can see on Friday and on Thursday it acted as a support. So in the shorter term time frame, that is acting as a support. We saw a nice little bounce off of it in the morning, and then later on towards the early stages of the afternoon, and then we kind of rallied from there. We can also look to see that there is a bit of a support right in here around the 32.50 mark, and you can see we actually closed right below that price point, and then right above I would consider there to be a bit of a resistance around the high 34s. And you can see as we went into our close on Friday, let me see if I can get it to a 5-minute. That might offer some more help. Yeah, so as we were getting in to late in the day Friday, right as we were going to close, we actually saw a sell-off. We saw a nice little rip up to that level, but then it kind of sold off. So we're sitting kind of on a support right around that 32.50 to higher 32 mark. The next level would be up here around, say, $35, high 34s, and then up here around that $38 price point. That's going to be more the short-term time frame. And then again, to the downside, we have these high 29s as being our oh my goodness, I think I got that all backwards. Okay, so our resistance lines here at 35 and 38, and then our support lines down here around the high 29s. And again, when we look back at the longer term time frame, our next major support is going to be down there in the low to mid 23s. So take this information as you will. Again, Royal Caribbean, along with, say, Carnival Cruise Lines, they have taken a huge hit over the past month to 2 months, but that may or may not provide an opportunity for an investment. Best of luck to you if you are trading these. Make sure you come up with some sort of a plan prior to trading them, so that you are set up in the best way possible to make money. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments how I can do better, and leave a like if you enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching.